Many kids end up surviving. I feel as if it's my job to speak for those kids who don't have a voice about it.
But tonight we start with the story of Tyler Perino. The former Miami students' fraternity bid night ended with him in the hospital, blacked out and bruised. Now we're hearing about that night from him for the first time as he joins forces with some parents to fight hazing nationwide. A surprise Saturday text.
We advise you guys not to do any day drinking today.
Set the tone for March 16th, 2019. First-year student Tyler Perino told his girlfriend he had a bad feeling.
I was like, maybe you should come check on me later tonight.
He was rushing Delta Tau Delta.
At least 6 of the 7 days each week I was drinking.
And this was Big Little night.
Around 7 o'clock is when a few of the upperclassmen came in and told us to blindfold ourselves.
The next hours are a blur.
Spitting beer in my face. I get hit with the paddle. I turn around and I say, I don't want to be a part of this anymore. Handing me a 6-pack Smirnoff Ices, I have to down those. I'm already throwing up at that point. Play a game called Chug Until You Puke, and then they paddle you.
The next thing Perino remembers is waking up in the hospital. His blood alcohol content, 0.231.
I just felt like demoralized.
His girlfriend told him and investigators he'd been throwing up in his bed, saying, quote, I feel like I'm going to die.
But when I saw the bruises, that's what horrified me. I got angry.
Mom Laura came down from Toledo.
I promised him I would be by his side the whole time.
As Miami suspended the Delts for 15 years, as 18 members pled guilty to misdemeanor hazing charges.
I feel like that was complete BS.
Now a student at Toledo, Perino's starting to work with families who feel the same way, like the parents of Tim Piazza.
He was a goofy but big-hearted guy.
A Penn State freshman who died in 2017 from fraternity hazing.
I think a message from individuals like Tyler is critically important, and there's so many Tylers out there, we just don't know about them because they haven't stepped up. They haven't wanted to speak out.
The Piazzas got Pennsylvania law changed, making some hazing cases felonies. In Ohio, there's Collins Law, named for OU freshman Colin Wyant.
It's monumental to us that this goes into effect.
The Wyants have also been supporting Perino, encouraging him to keep sharing his story.
I believe in divine intervention, and there's a reason why he survived, and thank God he did. And I would say my advice to him is there's a reason and there's a purpose for you. And this is probably it. I mean, it's laid out pretty clearly.
These families have taken their messages to more than 100,000 people in the last year. Now,
The value of where he sits now is that he's a peer.
It may be Tyler Perino's turn.
In my case, especially being beaten like that, that's not just a misdemeanor. That should be felonious assault.
Collins Law would make some hazing cases felonies. It still needs to pass the Ohio Senate and be signed by Governor DeWine. As for Perino, he's now a psychology major at UT. He's hoping to graduate next year.